Living English, a course in English conversation. Presented by Professor Perry Fowler, Korea's handsomest teacher. Hints and tips. As a general rule, count nouns can be both singular, tansu, and plural, boksu. For example, 1 apple, 2 apples. By contrast, non-count nouns can only be singular. There is no plural for water, milk, tea, or coffee because they cannot be counted. Hints and tips. Part 2. In most cases, meat, or golgi, is considered non-count. Beef, chicken, pork, lamb, and fish are all considered non-count. However, animals are usually considered count. 1 chicken, 2 chickens. 1 pig, 2 pigs. 1 lamb, 2 lambs. And so on. Hints and tips. Part 3. Bread, butter, cheese, yogurt, tofu, and kimchi are all considered non-count. Rice and corn are also considered non-count in Standard English. As pizza is a kind of bread, it is classed as a non-count noun. Hints and tips. Part 4. Most kinds of fruit are considered count.
However, juice is usually considered non-count. Apples count. Apple juice non-count. Oranges count. Orange juice non-count. We use how many in relation to count nouns. For example, how many apples are there? There are 3 apples. How many oranges are there? There are a few oranges. We use how much in relation to non-count nouns. For example, how much milk is there? There is a lot of milk. How much rice is there? There is a little rice. We use some in relation to both count and non-count nouns. For example, do we have any tomatoes? Yes, we have some tomatoes. Do we have any milk? Yes, we have some milk. We use any for questions and negatives, both count and non-count. Do we have any potatoes? No, we don't have any potatoes. Do we have any juice? No, we don't have any juice. Remember, we can use some and any in relation to 있어요 and 없어요. Do you have any soju? No, I don't have any soju. 없어요. Do you have any macju? Yes, I have some macju. 있어요. Grammar 1. We use the base form of the verb with should for all subjects. For example, I have COVID-19. Should I see the doctor? Yes, you should. I have a hangover. Should I see the doctor? No, you shouldn't. Grammar 2. Note that polar questions begin with a verb. The structure of polar questions with modal verbs looks something like this. Modal verb plus subject plus verb. Example: should we visit the Hof after school? Should I get screaming drunk tonight? Should she kill her boyfriend tomorrow? Grammar 3. Therefore, when a question begins with the word should, the answer is usually yes or no. Example: should I drink a bottle of soju? Yes, you should. Example: should I get screaming drunk? No, you shouldn't. Please note, polar questions are also known as yes-no questions. Grammar 4. On the other hand, interrogative questions begin with who, what, when, where, why, or how. The structure of interrogative questions with modal verbs looks something like this. Interrogative plus modal verb plus subject plus verb. Example: when should we meet at the Hof? What should I drink tonight? Who should she kill tomorrow? Grammar 5. When a question begins with an interrogative, we need a longer answer. Example: what should I drink? You should drink a bottle of soju. Example: what should they drink? They should drink a bottle of Macju. Grammar 6. Note that in all of the examples given above, the main verb remains in the infinitive form, unaffected by the subject. Write. She should kill her boyfriend. Wrong. She should kills her boyfriend. When the main verb of the interrogative question is be, a single verb structure is employed. For example, where were you last night? I was at the Hof. Who were you with? I was with my baka friends. How long were you there? I was there for about 6 hours. What was it like?
It was great.
Grammar 2. The single verb structure looks something like this. Interrogative plus be plus subject. As always, the answer should employ the same tense as the question. What was the soju like?
It was stone cold delicious.
Note: positive answers employ only one verb. Grammar 3. On the other hand, when the interrogative question employs an auxiliary verb, the structure looks something like this.
Interrogative plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb.
For example,
When did they meet at the Hof? What did they drink last night? Who did she kill this morning?
note: the auxiliary verb is past, while the main verb is present. Grammar 4. Note that when a question begins with an interrogative, we usually give a longer answer.
What did you drink? I drank 6 bottles of soju. How long did that take? It took about 15 minutes. What did your girlfriend say? She said she would kill me.
The positive structure of future with going to is as follows. Subject plus be plus going to plus verb. For example, I am going to eat taramji dokbap for dinner. They are going to drink soju after class. The negative structure of future with going to is as follows. Subject plus be plus not plus going to plus verb. For example, I am not going to eat kimbap for dinner. They are not going to drink soju after class. The structure of future tense questions with going to looks something like this. Be plus subject plus going to plus verb plus question. For example, are you going to get screaming drunk tonight? Is she going to kill her boyfriend tomorrow? When the question begins with be, the answer is either yes or no. For example, is Minsu going to get screaming drunk tonight? Yes, he is. Is Taejin going to kill Minsu tonight? No, she isn't. She'll probably kill him tomorrow. In some cases, the question can begin with an interrogative, in which case a longer answer is required. When is Taejin going to kill Minsu? She's going to kill him tomorrow. How is she going to kill him? She's going to stab him to death. We use time markers to indicate when something is going to happen. We're going to fly to Pyongyang next week. She's going to murder her family tomorrow. They're going to study Soju for 2 semesters. Good idea? I'm going to graduate next year. Other common time markers include this afternoon, tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, this evening, in a few days, etc., etc., etc.
The positive structure of future with will is as follows. Subject plus will plus verb. For example, I will eat kimbap for lunch. They will eat sujebi for lunch. The negative structure of future with will is as follows. Subject plus will plus not plus verb. For example, I will not eat kimbap for lunch. They will not eat chobap for dinner. Future tense questions often begin with will. Will plus subject plus verb plus question. For example, will you eat kokkeribap for dinner? Will he eat taramji dokbap for dinner? When the question begins with will, the answer is either yes or no. Will she meet her boyfriend tonight? Yes, she will. Will you watch a movie tonight? No, I won't. Note that won't means will not. In English, this is a contraction. And now for some useful hints and tips. Use time markers to indicate when something will happen. We will fly to Tokyo next week. She will visit her grandmother tomorrow. I will study economics for 2 semesters. He will join the Navy next year. Other common time markers include this afternoon, tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, this evening, in a few days, etc., etc.